Okay, I think I'm live now. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm having technical difficulties, so the live stream is a little bit late. So I'm gonna do a quick mic check. Good afternoon, though. How is everybody doing? Thank you for joining. Three people already. I remember, guys, when we had zero people on the stream, and we still had to keep live streaming, even though when nobody. I'm sorry, I'm just the struggle back then. Um, hey Jenny Bean, is my mic and stuff working fine? I just want to make sure I'm having some technical difficulties, which is why I'm a little late. So I just want to make sure my stuff is working and you guys can hear me. Hey Lantoinette, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say to you. It is Women Centered Wednesday, everybody. Good afternoon. How are y'all doing? Yazzie. Okay, nobody has said they heard me yet, so I don't know if my microphone is working. Just put a one or something if it is. Again, I was having technical difficulties, which is why I'm late, and I want to make sure I don't do a live stream where I'm literally just the whole time. So okay, I am heard. We hear you. Shout out to the young gentleman yesterday who coined the term "We see you." Um, so it is Women Centered Wednesday. I do have my BBC with me, my big black container. So my thirst shall be quenched today. I'm gonna light a candle. hmm Set the mood, and get things right. Positive vibes today, guys. Um, today's topic hopefully won't take too much time. But before we go through that, I want to show you guys what this live was originally going to be about. Let me pull that up. And guys, please don't drag. Okay, y'all don't get to drag. I just want to show y'all what the live stream was going to be. Um, this was my thumbnail initially, guys. Don't judge, please. Obviously, this was a joke. These two black queens were going to be we were just going to be anyway. Let's just go to the next thumbnail. This was my next thumbnail, and I was actually okay with this thumbnail initially until I saw Vitamin Q's live stream, um, which you guys will probably be starting hopefully right after mine. So make sure to check that out. This should be short. But I checked in her description and she said that she will be discussing aesthetic presentation. And just that short teaser had me think about my thumbnail and whether or not it was problematic to have this type of masculine black woman stereotype. I don't personally think the picture is masculine. I generally don't have traditional beliefs about masculinity and femininity, but I understand that society does, and I was concerned about how it may be perceived. So we moved on to number three. Um, I don't know if feminine is the word for this, but the restfulness of it I really liked, because I was thinking the reason that everybody, excuse me, not everybody, I think Tiffany specifically, correct me if I'm wrong, was the one who had the idea of WCW. Shout out to Tiffany, credit owed where credit due. Please correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I don't want to give credit to the wrong person. But I think she introduced it because there was so much dustiness and struggle during last week, and literally just so much of black women going to these uneducated is the word I would use, uneducated men's live streams to defend black women from this type of just constant slander. Y'all heard the black women call slavery, black women cause all the oppression in the community, white men are our allies and black women are, like, it was crazy, and just very dusty and struggled. So um Tiffany was like, we need a positive break. There's too much negativity going around. We need rest. So that's why I gravitated towards this thumbnail, because to me it was restful. And eventually I settled for this one, guys. This is my thumbnail now. So that was just a quick intro. Hello, Cantor, Yazzie, True Mystique. I see you guys. D Nice. Not I was about to say D something else. And I want to say today's live was initially going to be about Lily Adele. I hope I'm saying that right. She's the youngest black entrepreneur to get a product on the shelves of Walmart, to my knowledge. She is the CEO of Lily Frilly. That's a company that sells hair accessories, products, merch, etc. And she's 7 years old. But the thumbnail that I picked, let me see if I can put that back up here. The thumbnail that I picked had me change what I'm doing my live stream about. And here it is again, guys. So the live stream is now Black Women Are Not Defective. It was going to be about that young woman. But while I was looking at this thumbnail, it comes from an article. And don't worry, the picture's copyright free. I checked. The article belongs to Resma Menakem. He's a Black therapist and social worker. And as I was selecting my thumbnail, I was very intrigued by his words towards Black women. So I thought I would share with you guys quickly before we go to Vitamin Stream, guys. I'm going to try to be quick. We are on like a 30-minute timer. I'm going to play my intro and then we can get straight into it. I have to find my intro and then I can play it. There it is. And let me see if I can put his article on the screen, guys. That's what I'm going to be referencing when I'm talking. Just so you guys can see the title. So this is the man and this is an article. I was wary to have a article written by a Black man on Women Centered Wednesday, but I really liked what he had to say in it. So I'm going to go through it briefly. And I wrote stuff down on a separate document, so you might not see me scrolling down and the words not might match up with what I'm saying, but this is what I'm referencing. I just wanted to put it up so you guys know what I'm talking about. He begins by talking about white body supremacy, right? And in his words, it is that all non-white bodies are below average, insufficient, inadequate, deviant, less than fully human, defective, at least in a white society, who he's talking about America. And he talks about how these standards have been passed on from generation to generation, how it's become normal in institutions, structures, laws. And he details about how in more than 25 years of being a therapist, he's a therapist and social worker, guys, and he has been for a long time. Hey, Vitamin, I think I forgot to put this in the comments. This is a link to Vitamin's stream. I just put in the comments. It will be starting at 5 Eastern, 5 Central. It's literally right after this, guys, in 30 minutes. I definitely recommend that since it is Women Centered Wednesday. But he talks about how it's become normal, and he details how in his more than 25 years of therapy, he notices that this affects Black women the most. He says that in America, Black women often feel like they're fraudulent, they're not good enough. How a lot of Black women have self-doubt or struggle with imposter syndrome, where you doubt your own talent and accomplishments, sometimes letting people take credit for your work and your achievements. Why did that make me think about Vitamin Stream is at 6 Eastern. I think it's on Level Up Single Mom, the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go check it out right after this. Hey, Vitamin, if I didn't say hey earlier. Not I'm promoting you, I ain't even say hey. But you kind of have this imposter syndrome where you doubt your talent and your accomplishments. Sometimes you let other people take credit for your work and your achievements. I'm going to quickly put this here too. It is Women Centered. Where are my manners? Here is the link to join if there are any women who would like to give their thoughts and opinions. Please, you may take over my show. It is your day. I apologize so desperately, but let me continue. So lastly, he talks about how even Black women who are at the pinnacle of success, right? Like Oprah Winfrey, have struggled with self-doubt, right? Oprah Winfrey was talking about she would put people's needs above her own, even after she got all this success, right? Michelle Obama in 2018, after she published her bestseller, I think said verbatim, I still have a little bit of imposter syndrome. It does not go away. That feeling that you shouldn't take me that seriously. And that is pretty much what this article is about. I would recommend it. I think it was a good read, and I want to go into what he suggests to do about this. Um, I think it's a little silly, but my therapist has recommended me some stuff to do, some exercises and thought processes to go through before that I have found silly when my therapist has told me to try them. But upon trying those things, um, they help mentally. Sometimes they help. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do. So if you guys would like to join me on stage, you can, or you can remain in the comments. I just want to go through this, and then literally that is the end of the stream, guys. It was just planned to be a quick 20-minute stream. So I think it's on screen now, and let's go through it. So he calls it witnessing completeness and sufficiency. He recommends you do this activity with another Black woman whom you trust. He prefers to do it in person. He prefers you do it in person, but Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, whatever. Sit quietly in a room for 30 to 60 seconds. He says wear masks. Don't worry about that, guys. I'm sure no Black people want to wear a mask in this pandemic. When have we ever? And he says, you speak first, and your companion is your witness, right? While you speak, she should be watching and listening. She can nod, she can, but she should not be coaching you. She should not be speaking to you or touching you. Say to her loudly and clearly and firmly, I am not defective. Pause, breathe, and say it again, but add your name. So in my example, it would be I, Prince Petty, am not defective. He wants you to pay attention to your body as you speak, experience the vibration of the words through your body. Again, guys, I thought this was silly, but I'm going to continue going through it because it may help someone. Experience the vibration of the words throughout your body. And maybe you guys are more spiritual than I am. I don't know that this is spiritual as much as it is affirming, but maybe you guys would like this more than I would. He wants you to pause and cover your ears with your palms and press down lightly and say the words again. I, Prince Petty, am not defective. And he just wants you to, again, experience this vibration through your body, which for me, when I speak is in my throat and chest. I don't know if you guys feel it somewhere else, but he wants you to take your hands off of your off of your ears, and you will nod to your witness, again, without speaking to her. And now she says to you, clearly and firmly, that you are not defective. Then she adds your name. So in my case, you are not defective, Prince Petty. And you guys sit together in silence for half a minute, and then you switch. So now your companion will be the one saying it, and you will be the one witnessing. So if you both do that, he says it should take no more than 5 minutes. He recommends you do this practice at least 3 times a day for 30 days. That was a turnoff for me. Immediately after he said that, he said, if you can't do it 3 times a day, just do it as often as you can. You can do it with the same person each time, or you can use a different Black woman as a witness. And after 30 days, he would like you to consider making this practice a daily or regular habit. In his last words down here, as your brother, know that I love you and I see you. Now, again, I was wary to use a Black man on Women Centered Wednesday, but I was appreciative of how I don't see a lot of Black men who uplift Black women in this way and talk about Black women's issues in this way and give solution, and again, not just be like the white man or y'all know how Black men usually talk. In my anecdotal experience, I know how Black men usually talk. So just seeing something positive like that was nice. He has a book that I will not recommend. I would hate to recommend it without reading it fully through. The people who were here to review the movie Nope based on Wikipedia reviews, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you on the screen. But based on the reviews of his book, he talks about mostly what we talked about here, trauma that black bodies and white supremacy America endure. And he seeks to present myths that are held about the black body by white supremacy, where the black body is dangerous. It's hypersexual. It's extremely resilient, right, guys? People think black women don't get hurt at doctor visits, so you can just poke and prod and whatever. Um, Unattractiveness, and he wishes to dispel those myths, and he emphasizes again, which is what I really liked, that most of these standards when it comes to beauty and body affect black women the worst, and I like that emphasis that he does. That's why I chose this piece for Women Centered Wednesday. With that being said, I want to thank my audience, who I believe for the live streams, the majority of my audience is black women and fruitcakes. Um, my channel audience is men 18 through 24. That's like 90% of my channel audience. They do not show up for these live streams in which we talk about men. They show up for the memes. So maybe they'll be here one day. But my live streams are mostly women, black women, without whom I would have no one to give my dusty thoughts to. So I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go through your comments. This is the end of my stream. You may come up and give your thoughts if you would like. And then I will probably be ending. I pay attention to my body sensations when doing emotional and shadow work. Very useful tool. I've heard about shadow work, the shadow side of black women. I've heard that. Who is it that says I teach black women the shadow side of, is that Mahogany Pink? Is that Pink Pill? Or I don't know who that is, but I've heard that clip before where it's like a black woman who teach y'all about the shadow side. I think that's Mahogany Pink. But yeah, I don't know what shadow work is. I'm going to assume it is not something negative. It helps you be in tune with your body. I think were y'all talking about the vibrations? Oh, what? Wait. Oh, wait. Do you feel it? Oh. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, it is Mahogany Pink. It helps you be in tune with your body. I mean, again, some of the stuff I find silly, but what if I turn my camera off and I start doing those affirmation again, and it really helps me? Um, yeah, I do like this. Yeah, next week, again, I was prepared to do. I was going to talk about the 7-year-old black entrepreneur girl who's the youngest CEO in America to have her product on the shelves. But and then I was like, is this too Black history? Like me just doing a little documentary on this girl. I also thought about going through TikToks, black women TikToks. I found some ones that I liked. I found lip gloss this week, guys, and I never turned back. I found lip gloss. I'm gonna watch some of her videos. People say they like her and her content. Shadow work is real. Mm. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. I show up for birth. I be seeing y'all on my memes dragging me for being dusty. Stay on the live stream, please, and leave my dusty memes alone. I do what I want. Okay, yeah, it was Mahogany Pink. Yay. Thank Tiffany again. Tiffany's idea was to have positive Wednesdays for black women to break up the type of slander that we usually discuss all week. I will be trying this. Yeah, let me put a link to that document here. It's never. I wasn't feeling well today, but you changed my mood. See, guys, I felt like it was silly, but some people are like, I liked it. So, to Black history, it's like I I thought the idea was to be just happy, good vibes, very relaxed, just positive examples of black women. So I thought that would be more like going through TikToks, maybe go look at lip gloss a little bit, look at lip gloss and Ostef Co. I've been on all week this week, guys. 2 new discoveries I made that I love. And just kind of going through positive moments without trauma and slander and stuff that we've been dealing with all week. So I didn't know that I wanted it to be like a documentary about a girl, or if I just wanted to do relaxed. When are we going to talk about positive. Positive. Let me take that off the screen. So I actually do want to. I'm not going to put that on the screen because I don't want my video to get flagged. But I actually wanted to talk about the discussions I've had with um, men of a certain color for the past 6 months, where it's extremely pedo like, why the conversation always veers there, why there's this. It's kind of like an adultification a live stream, because it's all about grown black men and young black girls, and why there's this culture around these little girls are actually grown and there's nothing wrong with me doing anything to them. Hey, Invincible. Ooh, you popped in at a weird time. It's never too Black History. Okay, hell yeah. Where my yeah? Let me not put this on. Not on Women's Centered Wednesday. We will be Invincible talking about the agenda. The man deleted the Clubhouse conversation that I had with him. It was 3 hours long, in which I went back and forth with a lot of men. I was the only man in the room who was genuinely concerned that the other men were trying. Their position is that they want to lower the legal age to 10 to 13 because they believe women that age are more mature than Dusty. And I did want to talk about that. As well as the conversation I showed you guys a while ago with that very loud man who was just like, if somebody get assaulted, it's their fault, not the person who assault them. So we will be talking about that. Nyasha, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but not today. Tomorrow we will be having a stream about Keke Palmer and Zendaya. I scheduled it for yesterday, but I went to Twerk and Themis' chat instead, so I rescheduled it for tomorrow. It is very messy. Let me see if I can give you guys a sneak peek. If I can pull it up. I don't think I'm gonna pull it up, but my teaser is during the conversation I was talking to a black woman and black man. My argument was that biracial people have benefit in the workplace and employment, and specifically what we were talking about obviously was the acting world in Hollywood. They have benefit compared to dark-skinned people, light-skinned people. Let me take it off screen. Light-skinned people and biracial people have preference when it comes to dark-skinned people, and there is evidence to confirm this, I believe, but let me not cite research that I do not have in front of me. So I believe that is part of the reason why Keke has her career trajectory has been different than Zendaya's, even though she arguably has.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Oh, hi, Mr. Petty.
Hello.
I want to go over the topic of this live before I start talking. Could you give me the breakdown? Because I think I know what we're talking about, but
Zendaya and Keke Palmer?
oh, that's what we're talking about? Oh, okay. I thought that was for
No,
tomorrow.
no, no, no. So just to finish that out, guys, basically to spoil the conversation, I was talking to a woman who I thought was black. In the middle of the conversation, towards the end, I learned that she was actually white, and that had me concerned for why she was fighting extremely hard for me to listen to white and biracial's opinion um, about colorism in the workplace. And I ended the conversation with a nice thank you, white lady, for giving us black people a lesson on black issues. I really appreciate that. She told me to go home and think about some stuff, and I thanked her for just being a voice for black people and silencing mine. So the conversation got petty, to say the least, but that's what's going to be tomorrow. We're going to discuss Zendaya, Keke, and the conversation I had regarding that. Um, Now, Afri, we were also talking about a pedophilia conversation I'm going to be having as it pertains to the Black community and why I feel it's overrepresented in my anecdotal experience as well as in the research. Um, but the topic of the live stream in general was literally like feel the vibration in your body and let it take over you. Afri, do you feel it? Do you feel the vibration?
Uh,
Mm,
not today, but
wait.
tomorrow will be a better day.
Mm. I did light a candle. I did light it. Oh, the candle went out as soon as I brought it up. Is this the shadow work? Is that what was that the shadow work? The candle went out as soon as I picked it up and held it. Am I? Does that mean something? Is that significant?
I
Hello,
don't.
Tiffany. We were talking about you this whole live stream, Tiffany, the pioneer of Women Centered Wednesday. We're actually at the end of the live stream, and we're probably gonna head over to Vitamin. I'm gonna go work out in my tight shirt. That theme is told big people not to wear tight stuff. So of course we are defying the standard and creating our own beauty standard today. But are free to quickly repeat the topic. Today was about society's beauty standards and how they lean white. It is, excuse me, there is nothing wrong with tea lights. Let me put the comments away for a second. I don't need to respond to this mess.
Okay, I'll just drop down because I thought the topic was gonna be something different. But no,
What were you thinking the topic was going to be?
uh,
I'll give you a minute and a
I thought
half.
it was about representation. I thought I read somewhere on the title about Black women's representation.
Oops. So, I changed the what I was discussing today based on Vitamin's stream, which is right after this. She was talking about presentation to your how you present aesthetically. I'm also going to add Naisha. Good evening, good afternoon. But so I didn't have time to change the title, but this
Oh,
conversation was about kind of beauty standards, body standards, and how they're white leaning and how that discriminates against Black women the most, and what to do about that. Well, how to a coping mechanism is a
all
good
right.
way.
Well, I actually have a lot to say about that. But if this live is going to end and we're going to head on over to Vitamin Keys live, then we can do that.
I think we have 10 minutes, maybe 5 to 7, because I don't want to be ending like literally right when she start. But is Vitamin still here in the comments? Let me know. But you can comment on that if you wanted to, Afraid, and then Naisha. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. You can go right after that.
Okay. So, all right. I guess my commentary. One of the conversations that we had on Themis' channel was the debate about pretty privilege and how it is or it could be problematic, to people who don't have quote unquote pretty privilege. And I came up there thinking one thing and then changing my mind as soon as I was on stage. But basically, when it comes to Black women and pretty privilege, I really think, and this relates to presentation, right? I really think that um, pretty privilege is not as beneficial as we come to think of it, especially growing, over here in the West. I I've been on both sides of that track where, growing up I was very dark and I'm still very dark, and thus considered unattractive. And then as soon as like I've gotten like I'm a grown woman now and now I'm so beautiful, so pretty, but like I don't benefit from pretty privilege as much as I do from being smart and being diligent. So to make a statement on presentation and its relation to Black women, I think the main thing we should be concerned about is whether or not we are taking the right actions, taking the right steps to make to prevent further, I guess, degradation of our image. number one. And number two, let's not worry too much about pretty privilege, because and it's my opinion that, in fact, as long as you at least present yourself in a way that is like, at least you have like good hygiene and that you're not out here running around with, okay, I'm about to say something controversial, bonnets on the street, okay, like, then you're not going to have a problem. You're not going to have a problem. Most women benefit from privilege. It's, there we go, Mr. Petty. That's why they call you Petty.
I really upset you said that. I had a bunnet argument with some men and women, some pick me's, because it is my strong belief that I'm a black man. I understand that when Bill Cosby says to avoid being shot in the back by the police, you need to pull your pants up. I find strong offense with that because as a black man, I know I have been pulled over regardless of what I'm wearing or my appearance. I know that when I'm in the store, regardless of if I'm wearing a suit or if I'm wearing sweats or a wife beater and some gym shorts, I'm still going to be followed around the store regardless of what I'm wearing. And I know that the reason that I'm being followed around the store or being profiled by the police is not because of what I'm wearing, it's because of my skin color. So when somebody like Monique come up, my bad, I'm lecturing y'all on Women Centered Wednesday, my bad. But
No, go off. This is
when
why we
somebody
talk.
like Monique come on the internet and say, you ghetto black women in your bonnets, you need to take your bonnets off if you ever want respect. First of all, why do I have to change my clothing to get basic respect? Why does someone like Donald Trump with his fucked up ass haircut and fucked up ass clothes, when he's not wearing the presidential suit, of course, is able to ascend to the highest level of honor without people caring about his hair? They only care
Because
about
it's
his
white.
hair and his work because
Because
he's
it's
white.
white.
Yes. So it has nothing to do with my clothes and my presentation, my bonnet, or whatever I wear outside the house. It has everything to do with you want to discriminate against me. It doesn't matter you want me to put on some clothes and buck and jive just to still get discriminated against. Why?
Are we talking about how we present around white people, or how we present with ourselves? I'm talking about like around ourselves. Like
I
most black women, even I know that there's like a movement for bonnets outside of the household, and that's cool. More power to y'all. But like, I think the debate was really just amongst ourselves, like amongst other black women. There is like there's two different polar opposites where some
is
black women are
there
like, oh, that's
is
for the
there
house.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Is there a
Uh,
conversation among white people that is just this widespread and important in their community about messy white girls wearing messy bonds or white girls wearing what are those tights, leggings and stuff like that with the Tims and stuff like that? Is there this culture around policing that? What is that
I'm
picture, Nyasha? Nyasha? Oh, my bad. My bad. I thought that I don't know why I thought it was Hitler. I don't know why. I
Oh, no.
apologize.
Oh my God,
I'm so
no.
sorry.
That's my grandfather.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Jenny Bean asked a good question to Free, which is kind of where I'm going. Why is there this again, I've had this conversation with black men too about putting on a suit to look presentable. And I'm like, regardless of race, I do not like judging somebody by a person's clothes. I have a live stream on my channel where a guy and I talked about women's clothing choices and why that does not warrant. Well, he was on the other side. Obviously, he didn't agree. But your clothing choices does not warrant a certain type of attention. It does not warrant a certain type of behavior
And
towards you.
yet we're here talking about presentation. You see what I mean? So
Because you are getting a certain type. This is, in my opinion, this is like adjacent to rape culture where it's like, oh, you wore that, obviously you wanted a certain type of attention. No, I wore this because I liked it. You are giving me a certain type of attention based on what I'm wearing. What does that have to do with me, my respect for myself, or anything like that? You want me to
so
present for
if we
you so
drop the
you
police,
so you will feel that I'm worthy of you treating like a human being. You want me to dress up and buck and jive for you.
so if we drop the police and we drop white
I
people,
did. I just did.
right. Okay, so we drop all rape culture, because there's no reason to take advantage of a woman simply because of the way that she's dressed. And I agree with all that. When we just narrow it down to just how we present to each other in our culture, do we really want to be like, do we want to represent ourselves in that manner?
Let me show you
Like
something.
with you know, inside wearing it outside and like pajamas. I'm not talking about you got to run up to the mailbox or something like that, or that's your house. I'm talking about you going to like I just passed a lady today and she was literally at the temporary service. She went in temp service with her bonnet on, looking for a job. And so like that's what I'm talking about. And it was a building full of Black people. So there's virtually no white people there. So like I'm not saying
Do
your
you believe
bonnet is
a free? I'm gonna ask you this question, and I'm gonna try to be respectful of Vitamin's live stream so we can get out of here quickly. Do you
okay.
believe? I understand that there is a beauty standard. I understand that there is a policing of what you wear, regardless of your race, interracially, women, men. There is policing of what you wear in America. I'm not disagreeing with that. Do you believe it should be that way? That you should be judged based on how your clothes look, how you wear them, or something like that?
No,
Who said, was that Naisha or Free?
it was me.
Free? Afri? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce.
I'm gonna give you a simple answer, and that is yes. But I don't think that you should
Oh, you
feel
believe
yes. I'm gonna give you a simple answer because if I give you the reasons why first, then I'm just gonna be like going off of a tangent. But the answer is yes.
okay.
And that is because we already judge each other. Like we live in a society, in a culture where there is certain standards that we have to meet.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Why can't those standards be about your character, your behavior, your smell? I can see your smell. Somebody said, "Can y'all look like you shower?" I can see at a basic level, but why? Why does
does
it have to
your
be clothing choices?
is your presentation unrelated to how is your presentation unrelated to your character, to your personality, or are those like two different things? Like what are we talking about here?
Hmm?
Is the way that I present myself
Mm-hmm.
completely unrelated to who I am as a person? Because we have on
It doesn't
one
have to.
hand,
It does not have to be, but it can be. I'm sorry.
yeah, so like it does to some degree represent who you are, how you present yourself, right? So like that's really my whole
No,
point.
I don't believe so. I don't believe it relates to how you present yourself. But if you look on the screen, this is a live stream I scheduled actually for earlier this week, but didn't have time to do. The obsession with policing Black women's image, wearing bonnets in public. And it was based on a discussion I had with those men about why I don't really feel like wearing a bonnet warrants a certain type of attention. I really do not. If you would like to discuss this in length, we can talk about it there. But I'm going to try to close out now just so we can so I can head over to Vitamin and go work out with my bonnet on.
Cool.
No bad blood. I assume you're here in good faith as always. I'm
Not at
sorry.
all. Like I like these discussions where we disagree. That's all good. Like I
I
think
think
this is how
Nayasha hopped down. Oh, I'm sorry. We were supposed to give her time to speak. Well, the next time, I'm gonna be on tomorrow because Kiki Palmer and Zendaya. Yeah. So I think it's a time and a place for thing. Okay, be there at the live stream because I'm gonna fight all of y'all. I could walk outside naked. Y'all better not say nothing. Don't judge me. With that being said, thank you everybody for watching. My name is Prince Petty. This has been Women Centered Wednesday. And this has also been Man with a Mic. Bye.